Well, good morning and welcome to day 2 of the adventure through Republic of Moldova. Oh, yesterday was a long day. The hotel we found had one single room that we had to share, but was a pretty big room. But yeah, conditions in the hotel were old school. Let's say old school to be nice to everybody. Not exactly what I would call a premium service, but at least it was a bed and we could sleep and we got some rest and we got everything charged up. We did what we had to do. And now seeing Moldova in full beauty in the daylight. And we're actually trying to find some food. Trying to look for, I don't know, fast food joint, something. I don't know, Russian letters. No. Beauty shop, cotton. Ah, there's a couple of shops over there. I'm gonna get some food in myself. So we're out of Vulcanești. We're making our way to Kishinev. 174 kilometers to go to Kishinev. We did have a bit of breakfast with a roadside hot dog and a girl that spoke only Russian, and we do not speak Russian. We tried Romanian, we tried English, and she got very, very angry. And the girls here are not to be messed with. I thought we were going to be turned into hot dogs, but the hot dog was actually pretty good. And the hotel where we stayed at was decent. Now it did cost something like, what was it? 100 Romanian lei, that's about 20 euros. So it did cost 20 euros for a room with 4 beds. But the balcony was falling off, the air conditioning was in pieces. The fridge, the teacup, the microwave oven were all in a very advanced state of degradation, but at least the room itself was pretty clean, and for the amount of money we paid for it, and considering we found it at 1 o'clock in the morning, yeah, beggars can't be choosers. I think we got lucky because the guy at the front desk that was during the night shift, I saw this morning, he was also a motorcycle rider, so yeah, I caught him in the morning out of the balcony as he was leaving, ending his shift. And yeah, he got on some kind of old school little 125 or 200cc little motorcycle, air-cooled motorcycle. And maybe we got lucky with him. Maybe somebody else wouldn't help us. It was the only room that was available. But yeah, now we're gonna make our way to Kishinev and we can see what we can see along the way. Currently the road surface is very, very good, but I'm led to believe that it's not gonna be like this all the way to Kishinev. Google is saying 2 hours and 20 minutes to Kishinev, but yeah, we'll see. Currently what I'm feeling riding through Moldova is, especially in the city, in Vulcanești, is that I have traveled through time, and not in a good sense. I've traveled through time in the past, because everything here is very old school, and I mean very, very old school. You can see communism still. Oh look, Russian truck, old school Russian truck. You can see a lot of remains from communism that are still maintained, that are still in working order, from vehicles to buildings to monuments. Yeah. And as far as I know, a lot of people here still maintain that communism was a good thing back in the day, because they were under the umbrella of the USSR, and basically the USSR had kept an eye on them and basically kept Moldova alive. When democracy came around and they were all alone, they realized that they do not produce enough stuff to sustain their country, which is not a good thing. But maybe slowly but surely everything is picking up. I mean, here we can see a vineyard to the right and some sunflower seeds field to the left. At least agriculture is working, but as far as I know, Moldova didn't have problems with agriculture. And this road at least is looking good. I don't know how the entire way there is gonna be, but this road is looking good. Well, Moldova is turning out to be quite beautiful. I mean, check out that view. It is very hilly. The country itself, the entire country is very hilly. And you get a lot of these overlooks as you crest the hill and start going down the next one into the next valley below. The scenery just opens up to you as you ride. It's exactly like it was in Turkey, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Mountainous scenery is also beautiful, but something about rolling hills, it just adds some beauty to everything. And old school abandoned buildings. I think that might have been a pig farm by the look of it. In communism, everything was standardized in terms of architecture, and I know from also Romania, I know certain things, how they look, what they should be. Well, I'm at it again with 205 kilometers done on this fuel tank. I still have my reserve fuel under my seat, but I'm looking for a gas station. There should be one right up ahead in 600 meters, but it looks like it's alright. But it looks like it's a gas station in the middle of nowhere. Hopefully it is a gas station. This one I think was also a gas station. Yeah. Caveats of a scooter with a very small tank, a 7-liter tank, and oh yeah, we're fine. First fuel stop in Moldova. Oh, we also have a market and everything. Okay, Moldova is looking up. Let's fill her up and see exactly what's what. Premium. Huh. 206 kilometers on one tank. 46,995. Fuel stop is done. It was a nice modern fuel station with all the amenities, and yeah, look where you're going. Definitely look where you're going. That was a big mistake by my part. I had no idea what that truck was doing. I had no idea what he wanted to do. Everything seems to be in order. I don't see no leaking. I think it was just the center stand that hit the ground. But anyway, we're on our way to Kishinev. I now have water. I have everything I want. And we're gonna get to enjoy more of the Moldovan countryside. Rolling hills of Moldova. It's such a contrast, this country. I mean, this bit of road is made with European money, European funding that was basically gifted to Moldova. And yeah, it looks modern, it looks nice, it's well paved. But then you go to other parts of the country, like the road we rode in last night, and it's an absolute disaster. Such a huge contrast between one part of the country and another part of the country, and they're just a couple of kilometers away. Like, even in terms of cell service, you only have cell service in certain places. In the city we had perfect cell service. As soon as we went out of Vulcanești on the road here, we had no cell service. Then in this gas station again we had cell service, and I'm guessing either soon or already we have lost cell service. So yeah, it's a country of contrast. Some parts have received money, have received some funding and are looking fairly nice, but then other parts basically didn't receive anything, and it's a fiasco of corruption and poverty and everything. But at least Donnie is running well, now has a full tank of gas. We should get to Kishinev without requiring any fuel stops, because we're just 130 kilometers away from Kishinev, so he can cover that distance easily on a single tank. I still have my reserve fuel with me just in case. I think we might be entering something that resembles a highway. As far as I know, Moldova has 0 kilometers of highway, but I think we might be entering something resembling a highway, with overpasses and everything. Let's see, false alarm or proper? Oh no, false alarm. Nope, no highway. Just again, a single 2-lane road. Man, how pretty is everything. I gotta hand it to them. At least working the land, they can do that. They can work the land properly. I see fields upon fields of crops being grown on the hills. A lot of wheat, a lot of sunflower. There's probably some barley. They got agriculture down. All they need next is some industry and stuff like that, and to make a bit of money and probably get rid of some of the corruption, because it doesn't matter how much money you make, if you have corruption, yeah, you're not going anywhere. It's an interesting place to be. It's kind of old school. You can see and feel the poverty in the cities especially, and in the cars people are driving. But the difference is to other countries, you don't feel in danger or anything, because the people here are extremely friendly. Moldova is known for its hospitality, and the people of Moldova are known for their hospitality, and every time you stop, every time you talk to somebody, they're especially curious who you are, where you're from, and they just want to talk, they just want to meet you, and they just want to offer their help if you need assistance with anything. So yeah, everything looks old school. It looks, you can see the poverty everywhere, but you don't feel in danger. You can enjoy riding through it. You do feel bad for the people, but you can enjoy riding through it. People in the cities and in the villages, they're just simple people going about their days. Nothing special, no mafia, no drugs, no nothing. Just simple people going about their days, getting on with their lives, and yeah. You can ride through it relaxed at a leisurely pace and enjoy everything. Check, that cow is sitting in the shade, relaxing. That's why I'm not even in a hurry to get to Kishinev. I mean, we still have 75 kilometers left, but I'm riding relaxed because I want to enjoy the scenery and I want to take it all in. It's an interesting country, very interesting country. Definitely worth a visit for the more adventurous type. You just gotta set your expectations quite low and you'll do well here. Now, I don't know for whatever reason, but this highway never got finished. I mean, you have the bridges done, and if you look on the side, the road is completely flat, and you can see where another lane was supposed to go, but it never ever got finished. I don't know why, I don't know how, but you can tell this was supposed to be another lane, another set of 2 lanes. This was supposed to be a highway, and somehow it isn't a highway, except for bridges. Bridges were made, and the land was leveled. But where's the rest? All they had to do was tarmac it. But no, I don't know what it is. Corruption and the funds, I don't know what it is. But yeah. And where is Marius taking me? We turned off the main road for... He said he was hungry, but I don't know what he expects to eat around here. He actually thinks we can find a shop here. Oh. Again, stark contrast. We just got off what looked like a motorway that wasn't completed. And this is the entry road to this village. Unpaved. Contrast. So much contrast in this place. It's amazing. Oh well. Maybe we can find something, a little shop or something to buy something to eat around here. I highly doubt it in this little village. I don't know if the village doesn't look a bit abandoned, but we're gonna give it a shot. Exploring the Moldovan countryside. We got off the highway and now we are back in the 50s on unpaved roads with just rock on them. And houses made out of mud. We call them kirpich. It's basically mud bricks. I think, I don't know. They have been used around the world. I've seen a lot of documentaries about this technique of making houses, making bricks basically out of a certain type of soil. But here we call them kirpich. In other countries call them whatever you wish to call them. Oh, there's some tarmac. So they've hidden their tarmac inside the village. Now let's see if we can find a shop. Alright, this village doesn't look all that run down. Man, it looks nice. I don't know if we're gonna find a shop. And this Lada is held together with hopes and dreams. And yet it's still registered for the road. Interesting. Interesting. Is Moldova guilty of the same things? Is this a Prius from the United States? An import? Looks a bit like it. Where is he taking me? Oh, there's a shop. Finally. That's it. We're leaving Sagaidac. Lunch break is over. And we found, the locals told us that we have a different road to get out of the village and back onto the motorway that's actually paved. As you can see, we don't have to do that dirt road again. And at the shop, my curiosity got the best of me and I asked about that highway. Turns out it was built by a Turkish company. They did the entire route. They paved half of it. And the local authorities were supposed to do the other half. Now, they are obligated by contract to finish at some point the other half, but currently there's no money, there's no funding for it. So, who knows when the other half is gonna get done. But yeah, let's make our way back to the half of motorway and on to Kishinev. Only 45 kilometers left to Kishinev through the Moldovan countryside, which is ever more beautiful. It's hard to understand how this country can be so poor when there's tons and tons and tons of agriculture. And I mean a lot. Look, there's a motorway, the half of motorway. And now we should be rejoining the road. Oh, there it is. Yep, like I've said, it's a future highway. It looks like a highway, it feels like a highway, it's just half of it. Maybe at some point they'll finish it so Moldova can say they actually do have a motorway. But as it sits, I'm currently in a lane of traffic that's yet to be built. Anyway, let's get on the road. On to Kishinev. Well, that part of the highway is over. And now check this out. Oh, it's on concrete pavels. It's made out of concrete. It's full of potholes, but there are 2 lanes on this side of the road and 2 lanes on the other side of the road, with a piece of land dividing them. This is a motorway. This is a highway. Moldova has, probably unofficially, a bit of a highway. Granted, it's absolutely horrible. It's made out of concrete slabs that are well past the moment they should have been changed. And it's kind of bumpy. It's kind of I would have preferred the other road, but it's something that resembles a motorway. Oh my god, they're actually building it. They're building something. Traffic just on one side, and they are actually building something. So I guess they are trying to do the road. Somehow. They are trying. Except if this is your entire build crew, it's gonna take a while for them to do an entire highway. You know, sometimes you find places where they try to patch the road, and sometimes the patches are even worse than the actual potholes. So it's hard to say what I would prefer. Patched, or just leave it as it is, full of potholes, and you just avoid the potholes. Because you put asphalt on concrete holes, the asphalt at some point is gonna bubble up, and instead of potholes you have little hills. So a pothole will probably damage a rim, and one of those little hills is basically a ramp that will get you airborne. I don't know which one I prefer. Both don't sound like a good option. You know, I can tell how this was built by the Turks. This looks like all of the Turkish roads in the eastern part of Turkey. They look like highways. They have a middle divider, but they don't have, but they don't have any fences on the side. They don't have per se emergency lane on the side, so you can get off the highway in case you have problems with your vehicle. There is a bit of room here, but not the proper emergency lane. This looks just like pretty much all the roads in Turkey, and this is an awesome way to build just regular roads. If only they would have been maintained. I mean, in Turkey they are buttery smooth. Here, not so much. Really not so much. Well, we made it to Kishinev. At least that's what the sign says. Kishinev. Entering the city through the main highway. But I'm guessing this is still the entrance to the city, and we are yet to see the actual city. I did see it from up top of the hill coming down into the valley. A couple of apartment buildings and stuff like that. It looked okay. It didn't look bad. But you know, from a distance, a lot of things look okay. Like probably from a distance, even this road would have looked okay. Which is now turning into a simple 2-lane road. Goodbye highway. And officially entering Kishinev. Okay, this is one of the main entry thoroughfares into the capital city. Alright, that's interesting. You can't see the city because of the tree line. It opens up to my left. Hang on guys, I have to hold on to the handlebars because this road is once again destroyed. It's very hard to ride one-handed on these kinds of roads, and I don't even have time to look at the scenery all that much when I'm constantly scanning for potholes. And bumps and jumps and humps. I'm steaming up inside. What's the temperature like? 45 degrees in the sunlight. Holy mackerel. And yeah. Somebody is eager to get somewhere and basically destroy his car on these potholes, but it is what it is. Alright, I think it's another case of lower your expectations, Alex. Wanna be happy, you gotta have your expectations set real low. Now, where is Marius taking me? He's been here before. I'm not gonna follow the GPS anymore, I'm just gonna follow him now. GPS said to go somewhere else, but he has a couple of ideas what to do here. But this is Kishinev. V8 washer, a lot of cars, a heck of a lot of cars. What happened here? Oh, somebody crashed. Airbags and everything? Oh, that sucks. So they just left their cars over there? Or do they have to wait for the police? Those cars could have been moved, but... Huh. Now the apartment buildings all look renovated. They don't look communist in style. I can see the architecture of communist buildings, but they're all been renovated and with nicer colors. No longer that gray, communistic gray that's so common. You know, this actually looks quite nice. I was expecting much worse. The road is still a shit show. Oh, jump! Fortunately, I have left Marius in front and the Zontes is taking a beating. Luckily for me, I can see the potholes and avoid. Somebody left his house in the middle of the fucking road. Oh. Jump! Oh. Jesus! I think we're riding on the outskirts of town and jump again. What the hell is up with those? I don't know where Marius is taking me, but I think we're a bit on the outskirts of town. And we're probably gonna go through the center of town somehow. I don't know where he wants to go. We still haven't decided if we're gonna sleep here or go to Tiraspol today. Depends what we have to do here. What is there to do? You know, I'm liking what I'm seeing. This looks like a genuinely nice place with bad roads. But it does look like a genuinely nice place. They have nice cars. Much newer cars than in the countryside, as I was expecting. The botanical gardens. The fence could do with a bit of touch of paint, but yeah, not bad. Oh, this is an old apartment building. Although that green was not common in the communist era. I think it's been renovated a long time ago and now it looks like shit again. Where is Marius taking me? I think I'm just gonna eliminate my destination and just ride like this. Well, he said something about 6 kilometers, but I didn't understand where he was taking me. But I don't care. This is nice. I like this. Ooh, modern building. Properly modern building. What is this? Gamma Logistics. Okay. And Prime Oil. And our Romanian Petrom Oil. Ah, yes. Romanian Petroleum. Petrom. Ooh, how the city is set up on the hills. That looks nice. Bit of an industrial area here. One thing that's missing from Moldova is trains. There are... What the hell? I think that Sprinter van was trying to get into my top case. Here, go. Go. Yeah, he's giving me the thumbs up. I'm sorry, you're a complete and utter idiot. I mean, I looked in the mirror at one point and all I can see was the Mercedes logo here. I mean, that's just too much. The guy was like, yeah, hey, thumbs up. Fuck off, you're an idiot. I know I'm a tourist, but I think I'm riding with the flow of traffic. I don't think I am impeding traffic in any which way, considering I'm passing cars. But yeah, if you're in a hurry, dude, just go around, do something. Don't get up my ass like that. You know what would be interesting to know on this particular stretch of road? Where the bloody lanes are. There's some markings right here. Otherwise, people, I think, are just guessing the lanes. Whoa! Roundabout. Man, the van drivers here are no joke. Some of them are proper van drivers, white van man. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Not. Oh, what a road. This looks like a main boulevard of the city, but holy mackerel. Is it ever an event? Thing is, with roads like this in countries like this, you think like, okay, if the road is bad, just ride very, very slow. You really can't. You have to maintain the flow of traffic. And people here are used to all of these bumps and everything, and they go 60, 70 kilometers an hour through these bumps. Nice Russian truck. And you kind of have to maintain the flow of traffic. Yeah, that's it. You're always... Ow. I'm in his blind spot. I don't like being here. I don't know exactly where we're going. Another old Russian truck. Man, I love these. I love these old Russian trucks. I don't know why all these trucks are parked here on the side. There's some kind of industrial road, but there are a lot of old Russian trucks full of sand. Man, a lot of them. And I just saw Marius get some air and... oh boy. Look at them then. I think they're Zeal trucks, if I remember correctly. If I remember my Russian trucks correctly. And this is a Kamaz. And these are great. I think these are for rent. You can rent them in case you need something hauled. Like all of them are all of these are crane trucks. This is some kind of place where you can rent heavy vehicles. That's interesting. This is old school communist style. Come to a place where everybody just shows off their stuff and you can rent it. All right. Oh, nice. Old school 5 Series BMW. Some of these cars, sometimes you have no idea how they're still kept on the road. But somehow in places like this, they do it. They find a way to keep them on the road. Apparently we're trying to find the flea market. And this is gonna be some interesting bit of riding. This is a big open street and we have to cross lanes, and a big truck. Ein German truck, man. Hold it there, steady boys. Ooh, a T-Max. That's something you don't see every day. Hey there. Oh, what a ride. Where are we supposed to go? We're supposed to head to the left. Make our way left. Yeah, use turn signals, use hand signals, use any kind of signal you can. And be as aggressive and as dumb as possible. Yeah, man. I'm keeping right up his ass. And with traffic like this, you really can't take chances. Come on, Marius, punch it. We need to be giving it gas. Well, isn't that funny? A Zontes? A Zontes monster. We have these in the showroom. I don't want to cut in front of him and brake. Okay, we're going back down Truck Alley, and we get to see the trucks once again from the other side, full of dirt and stuff and sand and whatever. You know, some of them are freshly repainted. Let's see, is it here? Alright, down an interesting bit of road. I think there would be stuff to see around Kishinev if you would spend a couple of days here. If you're interested in more kind of, not necessarily touristy stuff, but old school vibes, historic things. Oh, ABS locked up. Sometimes, very rarely, when you brake hard on potholes, you get that lock up from the ABS pump because it has no idea what to do, because the wheel is jumping up and down and it tries to unlock it, and then it hits ground and it has grip, but you no longer have brakes. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Luckily, I used to own an old car, so I know exactly what to do. Just hands off the brakes and back on them. And I think this is the flea market, but it's probably closed because today is a Monday. And as far as I know, flea markets are not open on Mondays. Nope, it's closed. It's definitely closed. Alright, so the flea market was a bust. We're gonna try to go to the city center and find some place where we can drink something cold. Alright, so we see maybe the industrial part, if this is the industrial part, but it's high time we see the center of town. Let's see what high-class Kishinev has to offer. Hopefully we're going to the high-class part. I have no idea because I haven't been here before. Okay, so we're gonna have to hang a left. This intersection is absolutely chaotic. There's so many lanes and people going in every direction. Train lines and intersection, and now we have to yield and and now we're gonna have to go up the hill through traffic. What's going on here? Oh boy. We're gonna filter. Yes, we're gonna filter. Is it legal in Moldova? Well, the guy in front is doing it, so why not us? Whee! 3 kilometers of this. And somebody crashed. There are crashes here. Oh, that's why the traffic was slow, because they were all slowing down to look at the crash. Standard procedure: when somebody crashes, everybody slows down and stops and looks at the crash. Why is it stop? No idea what people are doing here. But even intersection, I have the right of way. Now it's starting to look like a proper city, now that we are out of the industrial area. Once again, we get to see more and more of Kishinev. And the van stopped in the middle. Yield, buddy, yield. A pedestrian. Traffic is a little bit chaotic, and it does keep you on your toes. CF motorcycle. Where are we supposed to turn right? At the traffic light. Well, here you can turn right on green or turn right on red. That's a nice thing to do in a city. Helps congestion. And using the bus lane to merge into traffic. Come on, dude. Hai pe banda aia. În față și dreapta. S-a întors ăsta. Da? În față și dreapta. După acu e parcul ăla și după aia e localul.
Mi-aduc aminte așa un pic zona aia, e ceva frumos, e bine.
A, bun. Cât avem mec?
În cazul în care nu găsim ceva, mergem la Mehedinți.
La Mehedinți? And we have found it. I think we're gonna park right over here. Late lunch is done. Kind of went into dinner. It's almost 6:30, and we're gonna get out of Kishinev. We're not staying in Kishinev, and we're gonna be going to Tiraspol, capital of Transnistria. which is a state that they say, the locals there say exists, the rest of the world says doesn't exist. Very good food here in Kishinev. It wasn't expensive. I think I paid something like, what did I pay? $10 for 3 or 4 cold drinks, apple, basically a sort of apple juice with ice, and some cheese pie. But yeah, belly is fed. We're on our way. It says Tiraspol is an hour and 20 minutes away, about 80 kilometers. I have no idea how the traffic lights work here. That was a red light there, but the car left, Marius left, so I followed suit. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I really have no idea how traffic works here. I didn't see any sign for pedestrian crossing, yet people were crossing the road like they had the right of way. And we have to make a left turn here. So more of Kishinev, but we gotta make our way out of the city and back out into the countryside. Honestly, I like the countryside a little bit more than I like running through the city. The roads are just as bad in the countryside as they are in the city, but at least in the countryside there are a lot less people, a lot less cars. It's a little bit more relaxing than in the city. Granted, the city gets the heart pumping. Kind of feels like extreme sports every now and then, but really does get the heart pumping. I am gonna have to get some fuel in about 30 or 40 kilometers because I am not going into Transnistria on an empty tank. Hell no. I want to get in there with a full tank just in case I need to run. Hopefully there will not be any need for running, but just in case. Who knows? We might need to run. Finally out on the open road. We escaped the grasp of urban Kishinev. Not without its incidents. While we were goofing around, I got pulled over by the police. I thought they were gonna book me for all the shenanigans we were doing while they were behind us and we didn't even notice. But no. All they said was I was in the wrong lane when I wanted to make a right turn, and the lane I was on wasn't allowed to make right turns, but I didn't make the right turn. Marius was in that lane. I was not in that lane, and they pulled me over before the turn. So basically I just told them, how do you know I was about to turn right? Was I signaling? No. Yeah, but you are with your friend. So we're going in different directions, and basically they just gave me my documents back and let me go. Could have pulled me over for something a little bit more interesting. I mean, we were goofing around for like 5 minutes while they were behind us, and they said nothing about that, including some hand gestures. They said nothing about that. They were more worried about me being in the correct lane of traffic. Anywho, out on the open road again through the Moldovan countryside, and once again the story continues. Scenery is absolutely beautiful. Roads are absolutely terrible. Problem is, on a scooter like this, such roads are very, very tiring. They're hard on you with this suspension, this little scooter suspension. Roads like this and trying to maintain some decent speeds really do not go well together. The scooter can take the punishment. It's your body that usually can't take the punishment. I am feeling my hands a little bit tired on the handlebars. We have covered today about 250, close to 300 kilometers, and we got 49 kilometers left to go to Tiraspol. But before Tiraspol, we are gonna hit a couple of checkpoints where we will see if we're allowed to enter or not. Marius has been there 2 years ago. He's been there for a day trip and he was allowed entry. This time around it's never certain. I mean, it doesn't matter if you entered once. It doesn't guarantee that you're gonna enter again. But yeah, we'll see. We're gonna go to the checkpoints because They want to call it a border crossing, while Moldova and other countries just call it the checkpoint, because it's not a recognized state, so they do not recognize the authority of a border crossing. So it's an interesting thing. We'll have on the Transnistria side like passport control and customs and everything, but on the Moldova side we have nothing, because Moldova doesn't consider a border there. Where people stop here? Oh, lavender fields. Nice. Anywho, we're gonna make our way to the checkpoint and see what happens. Beautiful lavender fields over there. And welcome to Aneninoi, Rayonul Aneninoi, which is basically like a county. Rayon is county in Moldova. And the bus stop to nowhere. Oh, Tiraspol, 46 kilometers on that buoy. I don't know if that's a car from Transnistria. There's no country flag on that Suzuki. That's gonna be interesting. I've never been to a communist state. Better watch my big fat mouth over there. Although I've heard from people that have been to communist states, the worst thing that can happen to you when you go to certain communist states, Transnistria being one of them, is that they don't want any international tensions. So they're gonna very kindly escort you out of the country and tell you never to come back. But yeah, I want to visit. I don't want to get escorted out of the country. Woo-hoo. Some stretches of road are good, and some launch you off your scooter with the bumps. But Donnie's used to this kind of shit. It's built to survive. Anyway, 700 kilometers on this trip. Let's see exactly how much. 671 kilometers on this trip, and no issues. Still no issues. I did top off the oil a little bit, but yeah, he's getting along in life, and you know, he likes to drink every now and then, especially when we go long distance. But that's par for the course for an air-cooled engine. Every time you run them hard, they're gonna eat oil, they're gonna drink oil. It's normal, it's nothing to be worried about. I'm not planning on doing anything about it. I'm just gonna, every time I go on long distance road trips, I make sure every 300 or 400 kilometers I check my oil level and always top it up to the max. So I'm always good. At least I know I got at least 500 kilometers of very hard riding before I need to top off my oil again, before it gets to dangerously low levels. That's kind of the trick with air-cooled engines. They're very simplistic and they will run forever. The only thing is they need oil, but they also drink oil. So you gotta be on top of constantly adding oil and constantly checking oil. You gotta make sure you have the correct level. If you have the correct level, you're all set, you're golden. Soon only 41 kilometers to Tiraspol, and I'm expecting checkpoints to be probably 10 kilometers before. So probably another 30 kilometers and we're about to hit checkpoints. Anywho, excitement is growing. Ooh, what will happen next? Alright, so we have crossed the first checkpoint of 3. Apparently without any kind of worry. This is the second one. Okay. This is an interesting one. Gonna switch off the GoPro. Yeah, switch off the GoPro. Okay, so we passed the second one just like that, without any kind of issues, and now we are heading to the third one. We're gonna cross the river Dnipro and into Transnistria. Tiraspol, 19 kilometers away. feels like no man's land. There's nobody on this road but us. All the cars that were behind us stopped in the village that we just passed through. There goes nothing. Deserted bridge. Poftim? Când au oprim acolo, o scot de pe cască, nu? Marius's suggestion when we get to the checkpoint, take the camera off the helmet, and yeah, that's a good point, but the dash cams, they're gonna still be rolling. And they can't say anything about the dash cams. Oh, there's a car coming from Transnistria. Moldova license plate. Okay, camera's off.
We're in Transnistria, boys. I haven't got the GoPro on my helmet. We're gonna stop in a bit and put the GoPro back on, but we are in Transnistria.
And welcome to Tiraspol, everyone. Now, I did film up to this point and I just realized my mic was not connected. Hopefully now we do have audio. I was saying how everything is so quiet around here and how very few cars are. And yet all modern brands, Western brands. I think we're gonna get to see more of Tiraspol tomorrow, but at the moment it's looking like a truly communist city. I mean, all the buildings have that communist vibe to them, and they are communist. But I see a lot of modern cars. I thought that maybe with a communist party they would actually try to maintain more of those old Russian cars, old Russian trucks and tractors on the road, but no, everything is completely modern. We have Toyotas, we have Lexus, we have Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes, all the brands are here. I don't know if they actually have showrooms here or they just bring them in from Moldova, but yeah, all the big brands are here. And Tiraspol is looking, no, it's actually looking quite pretty for something that's supposed to be a run-down communist state. Now granted, there's a lot of stuff that would need a bit of work, a bit of renovations, but you know, it ain't looking all that bad. There's a little bit of traffic here and there. I don't know, it's an eerie quiet. I don't feel threatened in any way. Honestly, nobody is pointing us out, so I don't feel threatened in any way. I don't feel like I'm in danger in any way. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's weird. I know this is a communist state, and I know probably somebody has been notified that we have entered the country, but otherwise nothing weird. I don't have that weird feeling of I'm being watched, I'm being followed, although a lot of signs of cameras. So you are being watched, you are being followed. It's just that it feels civilized. And one thing I'm noticing, very few people on the sidewalk. Actually, almost nobody on the sidewalk. I don't know exactly why. Don't people walk around here? A couple of people here and there, but for a Monday evening, it's 10 minutes to 9. The weather is beautiful. It's like 30 degrees outside and sunny. And we have pedestrians. So yeah, we have a few people, but I was expecting more. Kids playing. And a little coffee shop over there. And oh me. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. Who has the right of way? The white van, of course. That's the first one that has the right of way. There we go. Interesting. There is a vibe of communism around this place. Look, the Transnistrian flag and the Russian flag together. But there's also a distinct fragrance of modern society, of modern Western society. I think we got Lenin over there. I just did book a room at Hotel Russia. A pretty expensive room, I might add, but Alright, so Dumb and Dumber strike again. This hotel is a big no-go because we don't have enough cash money with us. And you would think we could go to an ATM and pull out some money, but because of the sanctions for Transnistria, the SWIFT modern Western banking system doesn't work here. So our credit cards, our debit cards, nothing works here. We would have to go across the border again back into Moldova, get out some cash, and then come back here. But we found on booking somebody renting an apartment for that's cheap enough that we actually have enough cash with us. And we stole some Wi-Fi from the hotel, and now we're gonna go meet up with this guy with this apartment and see if we can find a place to stay for the night. The apartment that I found is only 20 euros, and I have 40 euros cash with me for emergencies. We'll see how this pans out. Turn left here. Wait for Marius. People here do speak quite a bit of English. Unfortunately, my internet isn't working here. I'm still connected to the Moldovan provider for roaming, but we're far away enough from the border that internet is just dead slow. I can only send a couple of SMS messages. Alright, let's see. Make a left here. We are next to a park. And okay. It's that apartment building there. I don't know if we're allowed to do this, but we're trying to get, that's number 26, we need number 28. There are cars here, so that's good. And it should be this apartment building, number 28. Okay. Let's see, the entrances are on this side. Yes, the entrances are here. Let's see if the guy arrives. Alright, so the scooters are finally parked. We have found our room in this apartment building. It's the room up there with the light. The building does look run down, but the inside is actually pretty nice. It's fairly modern, fairly nice, all of the amenities that you would require. I'm gonna overlay some images of the room, and yeah, it's an interesting stay. We are staying in Tiraspol, Transnistria. We've managed to scrub together enough cash for this room. Thankfully I had a couple of euros with me by chance. And tomorrow we're gonna go out exploring Tiraspol, Transnistria in the daylight. Hopefully you get to see a lot of interesting stuff. Until next time guys, take care out there and ride safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!